Here's the thing. We think life and people are linear and logical. They're not. People have probably heard about cognitive dissonance.
Hmm.
Basically, hypocritical behavior. We
Yeah.
say we think we believe one thing, but we act a completely different way. That's actually normal. That's actually normal. Most of us have cognitive dissonance in some areas of our life. Most
Sure.
of us say our values, our beliefs are one thing, but we don't act in accordance with them. So
Wow.
there's one layer, understanding human nature.
Mhm.
There's another layer, and I want to be very clear saying this. My husband had a background of severe trauma. I did not understand what trauma does to a person. I've got a great understanding of trauma now. I'm a trauma certified life coach. I didn't understand what trauma was and what it meant. And what I want to be clear about, it's not an excuse. We can't say, oh, he had a traumatic background, so it's really not his fault. It's not an excuse, but it's an awareness and it's an understanding. And it explains why people have certain kinds of behavior. So folding that in, the understanding and the awareness of trauma and what it does for a person, and just the whole concept that hurt people really do hurt people. So there's layers of understanding. In my case, also, he not immediately, but he started coming to the party, so to speak. He started saying, this is what I was doing. This is how I'm broken. This was me. This was not you. So then we started having conversations and I could ask him direct questions and we could start unpacking it and figuring it out together. Because when somebody cheats, it's because they are broken in some way. It's because they can't communicate. It's because they're hurting, and it's cheating is a tool. It's a tool for them to feel better. It has nothing to do with the person that they're cheating on.
So this seems hard for me to really grasp because there are people who cheat at all stages. I know of a couple, and I don't even love the word cheat, but
I
the
know.
wife began an affair 3 months after having a baby, and we're 30 years down the road, and those two people are still together. And so
Mhm.
it's hard for me to think that in that case, that was a coping mechanism gone wrong. But then there are other cases where you've got people who are chronically lining up all sorts of random sex acts via the internet, and it feels like a completely different thing.
Yes, yes, because there's sex addiction, and that's a whole different thing. It's like any other kind of addiction. There's porn addiction, there's sex addiction. It's not that it's always one root cause, but the underpinnings of it are an internal dissatisfaction, an internal ability to cope, an internal lack of connection with one's own emotions, no emotional awareness, and a feeling of desperation that I have to feel better. And I
Mhm,
don't know how to feel better. And this might be a way that helps me feel better. Like the woman who had the affair 3 months after the baby.
mhm,
Who knows what's going on in her mind, but
mhm.
one can guess she doesn't feel sexy, desirable. She's lost that part of her that is wild and joyful and free, and that, oh my gosh, all of a sudden I feel trapped in this new role. And I don't know how to verbalize my feelings or get help or shift my identity around it. So I'm desperately going to reach out and have this affair because it's going to bring back a piece of me that I'm losing.